As you can see, I'm unfortunately not wearing a sports shirt, breaking tradition, just a good old Nike shirt because it's comfortable. I didn't have time to change because it's kind of late. Hey friends, family, followers, and subscribers. It's your fellow man of letters and fellow Winchester brother, Bradford Sheeble here to do my second TBR of 2021. This one is for quarter two. I didn't finish all of the books I was hoping to finish between January and March. However, that doesn't mean I didn't get to some of the books I've been wanting to read for a while. I finished, I'm trying to remember everything. I restarted the Wheel of Time series, as you can probably tell from my Instagram story. I finished Gardens of the Moon, which is Malazan Book of the Fallen, book 1. Let's see, what else? I read America's Original Sin, which is about racism or racial reconciliation. I read Iron Gold, which obviously, book review. I read Christ and Culture Revisited. I'm trying to see what else. I read The Pilgrim's Progress, which I wasn't expecting. Read Fellowship of the Ring. Reread Fellowship of the Ring. I finished Rhythm of War. That was a big one. And then I read Thor, God of Thunder, Volume 2, The God Bomb. So total between January 1st and March 31st was 9 books, I think. So I made decent progress. Read all the books I was hoping to read. However, this is my TBR for quarter 2. All right, so that being said, here is my TBR list for quarter 2. Hopefully this time I complete it. Starting off my list is book number 2 in the Wheel of Time, Great Hunt. Now this book wasn't my favorite Wheel of Time book because there are some chapters where I just really didn't like what Jordan was doing with the plot. It didn't advance anything, but the climax in this book is stunning. I'm excited to get back into this and hopefully have a higher opinion of it this time around. Next up, I have the brand new release of Daniel Green's novella, Breach of Peace. Now, if you haven't seen Daniel Green yet, I highly recommend going to check out some of his videos. He is a very well-known fantasy YouTuber, so this is his first entry in his Lawful Time series. I'm really excited for this because Dan is a great guy. He gives really good writing advice, and he's actually a decent human being. So I'm really looking forward to diving into this one. Next up this was on my TBR from this previous quarter, but this is called White Rage. It's another racial reconciliation book about how every time a person of color makes an advancement in society, white people tend to push back on it. So looking forward to hearing this perspective and learning more. Next up is another racial reconciliation book called One. This one is like America's Original Sin, based on a pastor's perspective and how the church is involved in the racial reconciliation process. My friend Kyle recommended this to me, so I'm really looking forward to reading it. Next up is The Case for Christ by Lee Strobel. I'm really looking forward to this one as well. It's been on my TBR for years, but I'm now just getting to it. So looking forward to it because it presents some holistic evidence of Christ's death and resurrection. Next up, my favorite book of all time, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. This was also on my TBR for quarter 1. I just didn't get around to it, but more than likely I'm going to listen to it on audiobook, even though it's just my baby. I love it. So I'm Really excited to get back into this one. Can't wait. Next up is the final book in a series I've been wanting to finish for a long time. The Blood of Olympus, the last book in the Heroes of Olympus series. I finished the first 4 books. I'm trying to remember when. I think maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I just never got around to Blood of Olympus. So I'm looking forward to this one. And as you can see, used copy, but that's fine. Next up was something else on my TBR for quarter 1. Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. I'm also excited for this. Daniel Green recommends it. Apparently it's fun, gritty, but also has lots of dark humor and is similar in aesthetics to Lord of the Rings. So, there it is. Yeah, see? Look at that beauty. Look at that. Similar in scope and genre to Lord of the Rings. Next up, The Blade itself, Joe Abercrombie, also from my leftovers from quarter 1. I'm excited to read this one because apparently Joe Abercrombie is unrivaled in how he writes his characters, similar to Pierce Brown and George R. R. Martin. Greatly looking forward to this. Lastly, another comic. Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, Triumph, and Torment. I think this is also leftover from quarter 1, but after, spoiler, the disappointing finale of WandaVision, we're going to get some Mephisto in here. Finally. I think Mephisto is a very interesting villain, and I'm excited to see the twists and turns this particular comic takes. So, all that being said, that's my TBR for quarter 2. Hopefully by the end of June, I will finish all of those books, which might be a taller order than I originally thought, because I am job searching, I'm going to Israel this summer, and I'm preparing for a conference that Perimeter Church does annually. Thanks for tuning in. As always, like and subscribe. Let me think what you think in the comments down below. And I'm going to head back to the bunker now. So have a good one, y'all. Peace.